Through storms, unshaken, unbowed. Through trials and verdicts, still standing proud. A titan in the tempest, against the raging crowd. He's got a vision for the future, gonna shout it aloud. Changing the wind, it's coming fast. A new foundation built to last. Cryptocurrency's the key. Make the big switch. Power to the people. Time to teach the rich. Legal battles can't hold him. He's moving on. With plans so bold, from dusk till dawn. He's rewriting the rules. A new dawn's day. From the hands of the few to the people's way. Say goodbye to all chains, embrace the new. A financial revolution, fair and true.
Howdy, howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Crazy Kryptonaut channel. I am Zester, and we are definitely having a particularly lazy stream today. But thank you guys so much for joining for the birthday. Love you all. Thank you so much. I have been overwhelmed this morning with happy birthdays and things being sent. And I think the kitty cats know it's my birthday, so they've been extra loving this morning. Thank you all so much. Good morning, Jeremy. Happy birthday. Thank you very much for it, Jeremy. Thank you, man. Oh, Kukla. Thank you so much. And I got to get a little bit of a peek at a dessert that is waiting for me later today that I am very excited for. It looked amazing. Kukla 21, enjoy your BDK I sent you. Thank you so much, Kukla. I got a peek of it. Pops gave me a little peek, and so I did get to check it out. I'm very excited for it. Very excited. Thank you so much. Mile High Trish, thank you. I hope everyone is having an awesome end to their week. Absolutely. I know I'm feeling a little older today. I feel a little bit older today. Good morning. Hey there, June. June T says, good morning, beautiful day God has made. Happy birthday, Zester. Absolutely, June T. Thank you so much as well for the happy birthday. Oh, what's up, Jet? Thank you so much. Thank you, Mary Jones. Good morning there. Yes, Kukla, the 33rd birthday. Where are we going, Tommy? The 33rd birthday. Yeah. Turning 33 on the 10th day of the 10th month. There's a lot of repetition going on. I started on that one this morning as I was laying in bed, suddenly thinking about it, and I was going, there's a lot of numbers repeating. But I did have one way back in 2010. I did have my birthday on 10/10/10. And so I did try to make a big deal. That one was very exciting to me mathematically. But this one seems to be kind of similar. Good morning, Gary7. Clicking number 3 on the like button. Thank you so much, Gary. I hope you're having a good one. For Zester's birthday, I'm using my crypto to buy him a boat. It's on sale. Hey, there's your birthday joke. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate that one. I appreciate it. Oh, good. Trish, Zester, you need to check out the Telegram community chat full of birthday wishes for you. I absolutely will. Thank you so much. I need to go say hello. Gary7, for Zester's birthday, I'll get him some Legos. He can then have a block party. Hey, if you put those Legos in a chain, then it would be a blockchain party, I guess. Kugla Zester, do you have your cat PJs on? LOL. No, unfortunately, I did not acquire any cat PJs, and my plan got a little bit ruined this morning because I tried to forget that it's trash day. And so I had to actually get out of the PJs fairly early to make certain that I did not miss my opportunity to get the trash out. And I had completely forgotten about it. And I was laughing when I suddenly heard the sound of the trash truck down the road. And I was sitting there in my sitting there in nothing more than some PJ pants and a shirt and no shoes. And then I hear that sound and I go, crap. I really need to get trash out. And so I had to put on some clothes, unfortunately, and it didn't get to be a full PJ party morning, unfortunately. But I'm still doing my best to be as lazy as possible. Hey there, DC. Happy birthday, Zester. Hey, I'm going to miss the party. Take my husband to physical therapy. Good luck at the physical therapy, and thank you so much for the happy birthday. Hopefully it's not a painful physical therapy. Definitely hoping that your husband does not have a painful day over there, because I know how that one goes. My mom, many times, from different surgeries, has gone through it. Grandma, many folks in the family, and I know that sometimes physical therapy is a blessing and fun, and other times it feels a lot like a cruel form of torture. So I'm hoping DC that it's going far towards the more exciting part of getting to go do more things. Good morning, Shannon. Good morning. Gary, this one was really good. You had a very clever one here. I saw this as I was about to click the start button, and it took me a second. I asked Schrodinger's cat and Pavlov's dog if they got the invitation to Zester's birthday party. The cat's a maybe, and the dog said it didn't ring any bells. That's not even punny, Gary. That's actually, that one's deep. People are going to need to have some serious historical knowledge, or at least a lot of knowledge about different of the benchmark studies in regards to human psychology. You went down. I think you're maybe in a Psych 102 course now at this point, Gary. That one was really good. Schrodinger's cat's a maybe. Pavlov's dog, it didn't ring any bells. That one is really good. I am impressed, Gary. Very impressed. Good morning, Jipper. Happy birthday, says. Thank you so much, Jipper. Thank you so much. Good morning, Crypto. Good morning, Musical Lady. Good morning, Deborah Muse. Are you in your jammies today? I hope you got to stay in yours. I hope you did. I had to, unfortunately not. But, maybe after the stream, I'll go right back to him and see how lazy I can get. Neil Brooks, happy birthday, Zester from Graham, North Carolina. Thank you so much. Neil, thank you so much, man. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, Anna Richmond. Thank you. I hope I am not missing anybody in their happy birthday wishes as I scroll through. I really do appreciate it. I am quite flattered today. I feel very special. I've gotten a lot of birthday wishes. Hey, Crazy Chester, how are you doing, man? Oh, good morning, Pamela. Good morning, Chester and Country Chick and NM Hiker, Wendy Walker. Thank you guys all so much for joining us. Oh, man, I am trying to make certain I don't miss a single one, but y'all are just being far too kind. Thank you all. Kukla, take a picture of you and Pops eating the cake. We absolutely will. We'll make certain that we get a picture with the cake for certain. Oh, and I promise you, Musical Lady, you have to take a picture of Kukla's cake, Zester. It sounds yummy. It absolutely looks it. I didn't know what to expect. In all honesty, I really didn't know what to expect. And then I looked at it and I was like, yeah. Is it time yet? Is this a reasonable time of the day to start eating birthday cake? It looks awesome. I will definitely share a photo. Yes. In case we get some crypto questions, and I do have like maybe 3 articles today to go through on the crypto side. Not a lot. I'm trying to follow through on my overall laziness, but there were a few that came up that I was just too interested.
Happy birthday. That was it. Go back to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up, Pops? You're welcome to hang out for a second.
Wait. Riley in the house. Now we're talking.
Yeah. We got everybody hanging out over here. We got everybody. I'm trying not to miss any of the happy birthday wishes. Oh,
Oh, good,
I
good.
definitely appreciate the compliments there, Wendy Walker. You don't look 33. Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
just the
Koopa,
filters.
33, but looks 25. Oh man. Yeah, y'all are inflating my ego this morning. I'm going to be prancing around like a rooster all day.
Yep. All right. Yeah, Riley's right. We just need Goose to pop in, but she is in Spain, so she knee deep in her business day right now.
Yeah. No, we'll make certain. I'll call an harasser or something later.
All right. Love you. Go back to your regularly scheduled program. I got to go pick up something for dinner. See you guys.
Sounds good. Love Pops. See you soon.
Bye.
Oh no. Wasn't expecting that to come in. But no, that is awesome. I think we're gonna have a fun but relaxed afternoon and evening. I told everybody I was not going to be out and doing anything tonight, but I would be happy to hang out with everybody, at least until a fairly reasonable time. But I'm looking forward to getting to bed early. So I'm trying to fully follow through on the laziness, but I know we've got some fun plans and we've got a cake to eat. And Kukla says, is mom coming to visit you? Actually, she will be coming down with grandma in not too long. They will be down here. Timing didn't work out the best for the actual day, but they will be coming down to see me in not too long. And that is something I'm very much looking forward to. Very much. Oh, thank you, Deb. Musically, yes, physically, there be a great blessing and a curse when it comes to 2 knee replacement surgeries. Yeah. Oh, I imagine. I know my grandmother got 1 knee replacement, and she did not have the most fun there for the first days, and then physical therapy started to be a far more enjoyable experience. But for the first little bit, not in the slightest. Patty Perry watching XRP getting ready to run up for Zester's birthday. Yeah, I checked the charts this morning, Patty, and I'm a little unhappy with the crypto market. For some reason, it did not get the message that it was an important day because XRP is not having the greatest day. It turns out I might need to use my birthday wish on that one this evening with that cake. Hey, Riley, thank you so much, bro. So happy to have you here. What's up, Jeremy? Up? What are you doing back there, Tommy? Where are you going? Yeah, music. Keep the birthday jokes going. Absolutely, Gary. You are that the Schrodinger's cat one. I think we need to put that one out. That one is top of the game. And yet, no goose, as Pop had said. No goose, unfortunately. Kugla says, surprise on the cake filling. You're going to love it. Oh, I am excited. Proud Arab Mary. What's up, man? Zester, happy birthday. I wish you many more healthy, happy, prosperous, fantastic, fun-filled, blessed birthdays. Enjoy your day, my friend. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so very much. And I'm going to try. I hope for many more. And I just about messed up there and threw your real name out the second I saw that comment. So I'll try not to do that one out there for America, but I just about did. I don't know whether you never know. It's difficult when you go back and forth and you've got screen names and everything else. It definitely can be. You never know which one to use. But no, thank you so much, man. Wendy, I would have guessed 22 maybe, but not 33. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Hopefully it sticks around. Hopefully it does. Robin, thank you so much for the happy birthday. Angel Wings, hopefully we'll have some incredible things happen over the weekend. That's for your birthday. For lying in the celebration. Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we do. I'm ready for it. That would be the ultimate. That would be the ultimate gift. I am more than happy to. Everybody else can take the year off. I will feel more than appreciated if we can't get that one for the birthday. Gary Seven Zester, Mark got you a birthday gift from Rock. Call your father and say thanks for the bag, Dad. Thanks for the bag, Dad. Hey, Tommy is. Don't go knocking my Trump water bottle over, buddy. He's having fun. Absolutely having fun. And I'll make certain before we say goodbye today, I'm going to go grab Tina and Tino, and everybody's going to say hello to folks, because Tina went to grooming yesterday. And so Tina is feeling very, very pretty, and she's still got her bandana on. And so definitely need to make certain that Tina gets an opportunity to show off how pretty she's looking right now. I know that this is typically Tina's lazy time of the day, and so she usually shows up for whiskey and wisdom, but very rarely does she show up anytime during the day. That's Tina's nap time. Uh-oh, Tommy's being bad. I can't stop him from getting up there. He seems to enjoy it so much, and he does the same thing with the refrigerator. He has managed to essentially use the magnets on the refrigerator as like a climbing wall. And somehow he manages to get up there. Never actually seen him do it, but I've seen him come back down off the fridge once he's gotten up there, and he pretty much drags every magnet off the fridge as he does it. But he is a funny, funny cat. Funny, funny cat. There you go, buddy. Now you're lower down. Oh, Jackie, thank you so much. Thank you, man. Musical I could totally accept XRP with a 33 and a following 0 or 2 in honor of Zester's birthday. Hey, I'm ready for it. My birthday will turn into a far different event if we get that one. There might be some serious partying going on. Proud of you. You can call me whatever you want, my friend. Just don't call me late for dinner. Absolutely, man. Well, will do. Crystal, what did the cats get you for your birthday? That's a good question. I've gotten lots of love and attention this morning, and so I definitely think that they're trying to express their appreciation for having me in their lives. I think so. I'm all ready, and it's hard to see with the camera, but typically the amount of cat hair that I have on my shirt and covering my entire body is fairly low at this time of day. By night, I essentially am wearing a light sweater. But as of this morning, I'm already pretty well coated in kitty hair. They have been very, very, very loving. Aaron, I've been wondering why I've not seen you in a while. I had to resub again. I hope you've been doing well, Zester. That stinks, Aaron, but we're glad to have you back. Super happy to have you back, because the crypto world has been going crazy for a while. I'm glad you're back, and you're going to get those updates on. A lot. Kukla, who's going to sing to you, Zester? I don't know. I think I get the day off singing, but we'll have to see. Oh, thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Donna. Oh, happy birthday from your old lady, Simi Clemson fan. But this year I have been pulling for the University of South Carolina. Hey, there you go, Donna. You have come back to the good side. You have left the dark side of the force and come back to the light. Yes, I did go to the University of South Carolina. And so Clemson, I love the people that are at Clemson, but it's fun having a rivalry. And for University of South Carolina, if you were a Gamecock, those Tigers are your rival. And so for me, I've got to act like I've got a little bit of I've got to act like the rivalry is important. I know also, if you ever really you'll want a fun one. Stacy's a Clemson fan. Yeah, Stacy Z, Mark's twin, she's a Clemson fan. And so next time y'all see her, make certain to talk to her about how much better the Gamecocks are than the Clemson Tigers. I'm certain she will appreciate that. We always have a good time on that one. Gary said, your cats wanted to give you a gift, but they're too busy playing with the box it came in. Now, that one is for certain. Gary, my cats are nuts about a cardboard box. Tino wants to play King of the Hill with it. And so Tino wants the box up so that he can stand on top of it. Tommy wants to hide in the box. Tina wants to destroy the box. And so each of the three cats have a different personality when it comes to cardboard boxes. And that means you end up with cardboard boxes flipped up and down so that Tommy can be happy and then Tino can be happy. And then you end up with pieces of cardboard all over the floor to clean up because that's what makes Tina happy. They're a funny bunch. Hey there, consistency. I am doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you. Oh, hey, Aaron Jones. Thank you so much for the happy birthday. Thank you, Angel Wings. Gary Seven, someone gave Zester a gift card from Walmart for his birthday. Then they said, don't spend it all in one place. Now, that one's definitely a quality dad joke right there, Gary. But all right, I've got a few little articles that I did want to share this morning, things that popped up on my radar that were interesting to me, but really not that much. And so it'll just be for a second, but there were one or two that I think everybody out there is going to be pretty interested in all honesty. Of course, I am not appreciating my birthday charts, and so we're just going to skip over and ignore all of this. I'm going to choose to live in a world of slight ignorance because, well, everything's looking a little red on that side. So let's just go ahead and actually delete that tab. No fun to look at. This one, though, was very, very, very interesting because Morgan Stanley drops restrictions on which wealth clients can own crypto funds. Morgan Stanley on Friday told its financial advisors that the firm was broadening access to crypto investments to all clients and allowing such investments in any type of account, including retirement accounts. Starting October 15th, advisors will be able to pitch crypto funds to any client. Previously, the option was limited to those with an aggressive risk tolerance and at least $1.5 million in assets. And so this one is actually very interesting in many ways because when Morgan Stanley, pretty much all of the big boys, when Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, when all of them started to offer crypto products, they were only being offered to multimillionaires. Essentially, you were never allowed to it. They wouldn't provide the service. They wouldn't talk to you. Matter of fact, they'd even tell you not to ever do it if you didn't have that much money in your bank account. And that, in many ways, limited a lot of folks. Think about it. If you have your retirement fund with pretty much any of the big boys around the country, any of the larger financial firms, even just your typical local financial services, even your local city and such, they were never going to offer you the ability to invest in cryptocurrency. They either viewed it as being illegal or they viewed it as being extremely, extremely risky. This is going to make a big difference for a lot of folks out there who have really already kind of put their futures into the old system. And that's something that is important because people have been working for 30, 40, 50 years towards a retirement in the old financial system, where essentially you had a wealth manager and you pretty much just fed them money and they gave you a report a few times a year and you hoped that the numbers went up and not down because otherwise you were going to have to work more years. And folks that were sitting in that category, well, all of their funds were stuck inside of these overall retirement funds. And it's a huge tax problem in some cases to remove it. And also just a huge confusion, a huge ordeal. And so things like this are going to actually make a really big difference for some folks. It's especially those that have been working a very long time towards retirement. This doesn't really affect as much in terms of generation-wise. It depends on which generation you're in. Essentially, I don't know any millennials that have a retirement plan. Well, actually, that's not true. I know some millennials that have a retirement plan, but I definitely don't know any of the generations below mine that have a retirement plan. And so this may not necessarily affect them. They don't have those long-term investments that they've been working towards. But for the vast majority of wealth in the country, this just opened up the ability for them to start investing in crypto products. I don't know if anybody in the community, this suddenly made a difference for you, being able to invest in crypto. But I know for many, many millions of folks in the United States, this is going to make a difference. I don't know. I'm still, as I always say, buy your own crypto, be your own custodian of your cryptocurrencies. There's no reason to have to trust someone else to do it. Essentially, you are capable, and you will then be the sole custodian, the true owner of your crypto wealth. But there are situations where that's not an option. And that means things like this make a very big difference. So that one was a cool one to see this morning. I wouldn't say it's unexpected, but I would have to say I think it's a little bit faster than I expected something like this to happen, for them to legitimately open up cryptocurrency investing for all of their clients. I thought they were going to kind of do like a tiered system. Hey, you needed to have 1.5 million. Now you only need 1 million in assets, and then they go down to 500,000 in assets. But nope, they went flat from 1.5 million in assets necessary to you got $1, which is quite a shift for someone as large as a Morgan Stanley, to go from $1.5 million is the entrance fee to, hey, you got some change, being the entrance fee. And so that one was interesting. That one was very interesting. I'll be curious to see over the coming months and so whether this doesn't make a difference for a decent amount of folks. All right. My Trish, it's a validation to many that there might be a reason to look into crypto. Absolutely. Absolutely. If anything, even if folks aren't using this as a means to invest in crypto, I think you're right, Trish. It provides validation. It means like, oh, rich people are doing it. Everybody's doing it. It must be legitimate. My financial firm is telling me that I should consider it. It's far more legitimate than it was in the past, when everybody was telling me that it was all a scam. So yeah, I think so. That's probably the biggest change that it makes right there. Shannon Martins, if I did not have some XRP, I had to work until I turned 73 here in Denmark. Oh, yeah. Yes, Shannon, absolutely. Crypto is going to ensure that a lot of people are going to actually get an opportunity to retire. I think precious metals and crypto right now, and currency, are probably going to be some serious lifelines towards retirement. What's up, Yukon? Marishki, happy birthday. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good morning there, Reno. Gary Seven, Zester, will crypto market go up or down for your birthday? I'm just asking. Well, as of right now, I think we're on a fairly decent trend for down. But fingers crossed, Gary. Fingers crossed. It's a birthday weekend. I'll go with. I'm going to be cautiously optimistic that come Monday morning when we wake up, the market's going to be looking nice and green for us. We can hope. Mostly, I'm scared that's far. Now they have nothing works out. Oh, in terms of the physical therapy, no, absolutely. Hey, Rafe to Mama, special blessings for you. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, Rafe. Hey there, Mar. Thank you so much, Weezer. Thank you so much, Weezer. Wendy Walker, when all this takes place, is the crypto going to be safe in the wallet? What should I do with it? I don't think Coinbase is very good. What would you recommend? Wendy, when it comes down to it, your hardware wallet, your cold wallet, that's your ultimate long-term storage. When you start to need to access those funds, you really do have a lot of options. You can go through a Coinbase, a Kraken, a Gemini, and in the coming years and months, Wendy, you're going to start to have a lot more options on that. A lot more options. You're going to start seeing it come from your traditional bank. Wells Fargo is going to be happy to receive your XRP and put dollars into your account. It really is going to start happening fast in terms of that one. We are so close with everything else that's already been going on and happening. We really are so close to the barriers between what a centralized exchange and a bank are going to be completely broken. And we're seeing that right now with things like Morgan Stanley starting to offer crypto asset options to people. We're seeing that with Stripe starting to offer it, because Stripe is primarily, a very, very large portion of a lot of bank transfers. We're seeing that with Swift. We're seeing that with essentially every banking system around the world, Wendy, is moving over to cryptocurrency. And so right now, I use Coinbase. If I need money out of my crypto portfolio, I bring it back out via Coinbase. But it's not the only option, and it's not the only option I have. It's very easy to have multiple different centralized exchange accounts. That way you can make those decisions when you need to. And so, Wendy, yes, I completely understand how that one goes in terms of the overall worry. And actually, we have an article about that one to talk about this morning. Rave to Mama, with silver and gold going up, why has XRP not been soaring? Rave to Mama, we've had a lot of whales in XRP have been selling. Matter of fact, when we were looking at it just on earlier this week, there had been sales of around $500 million from a singular whale, and another $1 billion of XRP had been moved to exchanges by another very large whale. And so it seems as if some very large players in XRP, people with a lot of tokens, a lot of coins, I should say, are selling at the moment. So that downward selling pressure, it's intense. Maybe they're trying to keep it below $3. Yes. Crazy Chester, with the Genius Act and stablecoins, do you see this as a backdoor for CBDCs? It is absolutely a fear, Crazy Chester, and it's something that is one of the reasons folks need to be so knowledgeable about how this technology works, because we essentially have a very important task in front of us in the coming years, where we have got to ensure that this technology is not taken and maliciously used by governments and by central banks. It is the same idea as essentially just about every other major technological advancement in human history. There is a risk. With nuclear power and nuclear energy, we technically have access to more power, more unlimited power than we would ever have in our lives. And yet we also have the danger of, nuclear meltdown and all the fears around it, radiation, etc., dealing with the hazard and the waste. We have a long list of different things that have made our lives, have changed the outlook on what is possible for humanity from a technological standpoint. And they come with downsides. There isn't one. Remember how the Nobel Peace Prize got its name. I believe it was Alfred Nobel. He is who it's named after. He invented dynamite. He believed that it would be used to better human lives. It would be used to build roads, to build infrastructure. It would be used to make humans' lives better. He got the Nobel Peace Prize named after him for that. What did his invention ultimately end up being used for? War. And that ended up being the vast majority of its use was designed for exactly that. And so it's a never-ending story throughout history, where you can go back in time and you can look at the technological advancements we make, and they have so much possibility for improving human lives. This is the same idea as many of those, except that the stakes are extremely high. And it's different than something like a dynamite, because ultimately it's going to be very much a political and a societal decision about whether we allow these things to happen. We are going to have to be on top of it. It's going to be important. And yes, it is, Crazy Chester. It remains a worry that I always have in the back of my head in terms of it. Yes, absolutely. Kukla says, guys, many fake Zesters out there who would never ask you for money don't get scammed. Absolutely. I will never ask you for money. I'll never ask you to buy any crypto. I will never ask you to set up some type of a new wallet for the new financial system. I'm only going to educate you on the best ways to take care of the things you already have or the things you've already decided you want to get. I'm not here to convince anybody that they need to buy crypto. I'm here to educate you on the fact that ultimately your money and your value and your ownership is going to become a crypto. That's what's important. And so, yes, absolutely, guys. Please be safe out there. Please be safe out there. I do not want to see any stories of that one happening, but I know it's what happens. Aaron C., what do you think of Caleb and Brown for another way to store crypto? Aaron, when it comes to the different custodial services like Caleb and Brown, where they're going to store your crypto for you, I think where they're going to really see their business is going to be holding crypto for other businesses. Essentially, they're going to become the best avenue for entities that are concerned in regards to liability. And so for companies, for foundations, for things where you need essentially that extra liability on the outside, I think they're going to be very, very, very popular. And well, look at that. Look at that. I'm going to trick Goose into saying hello to everybody. Hey there, Goose. Oh, by the way, I am live on stream, but wow, you are in a far more beautiful place than I am. Is it okay if I show the your little? Is it okay if I show that to the camera?
Yeah.
She is well, she is looking at some absolutely beautiful architecture in Spain at the moment. Well, I'm jealous, Lucy. Why didn't I get invited for my birthday?
Well, I was just going to wish you happy birthday and show you where I was.
Oh no, that is awesome. I am jealous, and thank you so much, Lucy. Love you.
Of course, love you. I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, now I'm jealous. Now I am quite jealous. That was beautiful. I'm gonna have to ask her where exactly she was for that. Gorgeous architecture. Musical lady. Crypto, my foreign currencies and silver is going to sail me into early retirement for sure. Hey, that's my plan. That is my plan as well. Zester, so whales are done. That's anything in a long while. Whales have been particularly busy on the XRP ledger as of late, on the XRP blockchain. Whales are making very, very large moves over there. Whether they're playing whale games or whether there's actually a orchestrated event type deal going on, it's very difficult to really tell. What is curious is that, and this is a silly term, but I've referenced it before, but whenever whales start to work together, and of course we're using the whale analogy in cryptocurrency, people who have a lot of a certain crypto, but when whales start to work together, what do you call in nature a group of whales or a family of whales? It's a pod. For all those nature documentary lovers out there. And so whenever people start to see a group of whales essentially working together in the crypto space, that does get concerning because you don't know whether they're working together or whether they're working independently. If those whales have gotten into a pod and you've now got multiple whales all holding, $500 million worth of a specific crypto, they have the ability to play games for a little while. Thank you so much, Anthony. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. Proud everybody. Zester, here in Florida, CBDCs are banned and wasn't FedNow replaced last week with a new payment system. The government will be using the modernization of the payment system. The Treasury will use, I think, a canceled out FedNow. FedNow is an interesting one, Proud Arab American, because it's a very interesting one because it seems as if from the way that it's set up, it very much could lean towards the idea of a central bank digital currency, but it also could lean towards a very decentralized system. And so I'm not going to come down and trust the government until I get to really, really see how it operates in the long run, because FedNow has been progressing quickly. Seems like the United States government is very, very, very interested in that one being pushed through. But Florida's not alone. Florida has banned CBDCs. I know that a few other states have also. And I know in many ways the states banning central bank digital currencies is really kind of their way of taking an ideological stance on the entire issue. Ultimately, the bigger danger is going to come from the Fed and from the federal government in terms of them creating a situation where they will convince us as the populace that a CBDC is the best choice. And that's what I'm really scared of, is that they create a situation, they create an environment where essentially we're so desperate for financial relief that a CBDC no longer seems like a big deal. That's what I'm worried about. And I think it's going to come directly from the top in terms of it, if it were to ever occur. I think we're very, very safe on the CBD side when it comes to the current administration. What I'm worried about is 10 years down the road, when everybody has stopped worrying about it and everybody has started to just take for granted how amazing the new financial system is. That is when the government will start to pull their shenanigans again. They're going to take a 10-year break when all this happens, and they're going to sit back and they're going to act like great, and then out of nowhere, government overreach to come back, as it has every time throughout all of human history, unfortunately. And that's when I think it's going to be so important that everyone is ready to once again have that same argument, that same debate, and to make certain that their politicians are held accountable when it comes down to it. Because when you really think about it, the best way our government has to control us is through our money. Ultimately, they have the ability to make laws, find reasons to potentially put us in prison, but they can't do that to all of us. The one thing they can do to every single American is they can destroy our financial futures, and they can make us desperate. And they've done it before. John Nelson, I bought XRP with an Atomic wallet back in 2021, and I've done nothing with it since, and I've really forgotten how to operate. Where should I go to learn how to move it, or should I do anything with it? John Nelson, if your crypto is on Atomic Wallet, I would highly recommend that you get it off of there. Atomic Wallet had some hacks in the past few years, and they've had some major issues on that side. I believe that Atomic Wallet has managed to close the loopholes. And so in that regard, I don't think you have like a, oh my God, I need to go running right now type panic. I think that Atomic Wallet has gotten it together as of the last time I read some articles or looked into it. But John, I would recommend at some point getting that XRP over, especially depending upon how much it is. If you got $10 sitting in Atomic Wallet, leave it there. Don't worry about it. If you've got a lot of XRP sitting over there, I would start maybe thinking about getting it to a hardware wallet or getting it back over to even a centralized exchange for a little bit of time, depending upon what you're thinking about doing with your XRP. John, though, you should be perfectly good. It should be there. The biggest thing you need to do is you need to find your words. You need to find your secret phrase. And so if you have that written down somewhere, you're in a really, really good spot. Also, if you still have the computer or the device that your Atomic Wallet was downloaded on at that point in time, I would go just check it, see if you have the right password, see if you know how to log in, but be very, very careful, John, in this search while you're on this journey of getting back into that wallet. Be very, very careful, because this is one of those times where a lot of the scammers, they smell an opportunity because they know that you're trying to figure out how to re-access your crypto. So make certain that you're getting your information from validated sources. Make certain you don't use weird links. Make certain you go directly to the Atomic Wallet on your phone, on your computer, wherever you have it. I know for me, I had an Atomic Wallet back in the past that I had actually sitting on a laptop. And that was all that laptop ever did, was run a few different crypto wallets. And so depending on where you have it. Jackie, I fell out with the Nobel Peace Prize when they gave it to Obama. I got no respect for it now. Well, yeah. But, you never know. Everybody's calling for Trump getting one right now. Gary7, Dynamite got a Nobel Prize. Trump ended wars. Nobody wants to give him a Nobel Prize. Go figure. Exactly, Gary. Yeah, Gary. Zester won't ask for money, but I'll be glad to take it. Yeah. Oh, don't worry, Gary. I could use it, but I'm not going to ask for it. That's for certain. The winner of the Nobel Peace Prize gave credit to President Trump of the United States of America. There you go. Catherine, thank you so much. Thank you, Blue Noser. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. And we even got a Lucy in here. We even got a Goose. Thank you, Quilter Deb. Thank you. My musical lady, my state here in North Dakota has introduced a stable coin called the Rough Rider coin. I guess Wyoming and U.S. here and India are the only two states that created stable coins right now. I know that a lot of people have been talking about the Texas coin or the Texas operation they got going over there. Gold or silver, which is the better ROI in your opinion? Yukon, that one's getting tougher now because of all of the major price actions. I would say, historically speaking, silver has had its price far more suppressed than gold. I wouldn't say that necessarily means that you're going to end up with the highest ROI, but that one is factually true. The value of silver has been far more suppressed than the value of gold, and the value of the gold has been suppressed a lot. And so that means that, essentially, if everything were to break out in that regard, I guess technically you could argue that your silver return would be higher. Ultimately, if gold goes to 10,000 and silver goes to 500, well, silver's at about $50. That's about a 10x to $500, whereas $4,000 to $10,000 per gold ounce would only be 2.5. I know that's always essentially where Andy Schechtman has been at in terms of my discussions with him, where Andy views it as both of them being very, very good ideas, but essentially that silver has been suppressed in its price far more than gold. There's far more paper silver out there that has really been manipulating the market. But definitely, I will absolutely to tip the hat towards Andy on that one as being the end all be all. Kukla, is Pops going to cook you crabs? What else? Steak? I don't know. I have no idea. Kukla, does Zester cook like his dad? I do not. I am a slow cooker. I love my crock pot, and that is 90% of the time. If I'm excited about cooking, it's something I plan on putting in a crock pot, or it's seafood. I do enjoy cooking seafood, but I would have to say I think Pops is definitely a far more experienced cook than I am. Absolutely. All right, though, guys. Let's get our last one, and then I'm looking at the time. I didn't think we were going to go so long, but I am enjoying getting to hang out with everybody and appreciating so much all of the happy birthday wishes. But I'm going to hit our last two little articles here, and then I'm going to run off and try to be as late as I possibly can for the rest of the day. So thank you guys so much for all the happy birthdays. All right. Here you go. We were talking about this one just earlier. South Korean tax agency. Pay your bills or we'll take your crypto cold wallets. All right. Officers warn crypto holders they have the power to visit homes to search for self-custody coins. It is sounding a little dystopian over there in South Korea on this one. The South Korean tax agency has told crypto holders that officers will visit their homes to seize cold wallets if they fail to pay their tax bills. South Korean newspaper Hankook Ilba reported that the comments came from the National Tax Service, NTS, on October 9th. Tax bodies around the country have already launched crackdowns on local tax evaders that hold crypto wallets on domestic trading platforms. In recent weeks, city authorities have expanded these to cover who fail to pay water bills and traffic fines. But the NTS warning shows that the agency is aware that many crypto holders keep their coins offline using self-custody solutions. And so this is one of those. These are those government overreaches. This sounds exactly like what happened in terms of the gold seizures back during the Great Depression. Sounds very, very, very similar. Hand it over or we'll come and we'll find it. In this situation, it is primarily down to the fact that the South Korean economy and government are not doing very well financially, and so they're looking for dollars anywhere that they can find them. But this is definitely a warning to all. A warning to all. And this shows you, though, why your hardware wallet is important. It's a very, very clear indication because they can't take it. The only way they can take it is by physically taking it. And so you can see if the government is incapable of actually seizing or freezing it, they would have to physically go find it. I thought this one was an important one for folks to see because I know folks do have questions in regards to it. And essentially, once you have got a hardware wallet, if the government is knowledgeable about your hardware wallet, they are probably the biggest danger because ultimately it controls it. And so something we all have to be aware of, something that's going to become more and more of a concern in the coming decades is going to be based around government seizure of things like this. In the same way that governments have gone around and they've seized your gold and silver and seized your guns, it's the same idea here. That is going to be the government overreach that we have to be ready to fight back against because they're going to look for it. They're going to at some point. There will be a bad enough situation in many countries where the government will start to look for things to try and fill the gap. We all have to be very, very, very ready. And yes, Tommy, I lost mine on a boat fire. Exactly. It's also a very, very, very good indication to people to make certain that when you're storing your passwords, your 24 words, if say it's a hardware wallet and your device, there's also a very hard argument here to be made about splitting those things up potentially if it is something that you're worried about. Okay, John, Zester, I know my password. You suggest that we do. I have 164 coins. Okay, John. Yes. Okay, you definitely need to get your crypto off of that wallet. If you do not have those 12 words, if anything happens to that device that has access to it or anything, and you lose that, you're going to have a problem. And so, John, I would highly recommend, if anything, move it to an exchange. And that's not typically what I would recommend, but if anything, move it to a Coinbase, move it to an exchange. That way you at least won't lose it because, you drop your device in the toilet and now it's gone. And so I would definitely, John, in that situation, if you do not have your mnemonic phrase, you do not have your ability to access it anywhere, you definitely need to get it out of any wallet that it's in. And that's a universal for everyone. If you do not have your 24 words and you cannot get them out of the wallet, it won't tell you what they are. You lost where you wrote them down. You need to consider that wallet burned. You need to get out of it. You need to move to a different wallet of literally any kind at that point. Just because the danger is pressing. All that has to happen is something happens to that device, John, and it's going to be bad. And so Coinbase, if you want to go for a hardware wallet, I always recommend the Ledger hardware wallet. You could store just about every crypto on the planet on it. And so if that's where you're at, if that's a possibility and you're thinking about maybe getting a hardware wallet anyway, now might be a good time. If not, John, you can always just make another wallet and write your words down. And you can just transfer from the wallet that it's currently in to a new wallet that you've set up that you have the words for. That in and of itself would be a definitely, you would be risk mitigating to a large degree just doing that. Just by moving it to a wallet that you have the words for. And so, John, I wouldn't go panicking. Don't make hasty moves with it. You need to make certain that you think through, do a practice transaction. Don't go trying to, figure this out in 1 hour's time. Just remember, you need to figure this out before anything happens to that device that has access to your atomic wallet. And so just think about it that way. Remember, before something happens, I need it somewhere else. That way you have a backup. Right now, if something happened, there wouldn't be a backup. And so just even Coinbase, John, even Coinbase. All right, though, guys. Linda, I have crypto and Coinbase, but I don't know how to send it a decent wallet. Please help me. Linda Rule, I actually have some old videos showing withdrawals from Coinbase. The important thing is that essentially you remember where you're going here. And so, Linda, on Coinbase, you're going to go to the crypto that you want to be in your decent wallet, and you're going to click, I would like to withdraw, or I'd like to send crypto. On Decent Wallet, you would like to receive crypto. And so you're going to need to make certain you get your wallet address from your Decent Wallet, and then you're going to need to go back to Coinbase, and you're going to need to withdraw from Coinbase to that wallet. I do have some very old videos that are actually recorded. I believe one of them is titled something in regards to Coinbase tutorial of sorts, or removing XRP from Coinbase. And so I think that one would be a lot of help for you, Linda. I wish I had that one all pulled up. I'm a little, I don't have all my links like normal pulled up on the computer. And so I wish I had that one pulled up right away for you, Linda. But I know I have a video on the channel that can definitely help you with it. The only difference is you're going to be withdrawing to Decent Wallet and not Ledger. But they operate the same way. And so essentially, if you can send crypto from one wallet to another wallet, you can send crypto from any wallet to any wallet. And so I hope that video is one that you can get to, Linda. I might be able to find it pretty quick, and then I will run off on everyone. That might be my last little go on it. Let's see. There we are. And so in videos, I believe that the one that you might want to check out would be some of these initial old videos in regards to it, because I show throughout them going back and forth between Coinbase and the different Ledger wallets and different wallets of that kind. And so it would be inside of these recorded videos. There's also a very, very old live stream. And I mean, all the way back, you got to go all the way back to the first ones in terms of the live streams. And you'll see right here, Coinbase and Ledger hardware wallet tutorial for beginners. Matter of fact, Pops even popped up and joined for that live stream for a few minutes. And so that would be another one, much longer to go through than the recorded videos. But that one would be another option for you to be able to look through and watch me do some transactions and send them. I think the recorded videos might be a better option, a little bit more concise for you, though. So with all of that said, love you guys so much. Thank you all so very much for all of the happy birthdays. I am going to try to make certain to enjoy the day as much as possible and look forward to being back on Monday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so thank you so much to all the mods. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you guys for the presents and the well wishes. I'm going to go enjoy cake and be lazy. Maybe have a medalla or two. It's going to be a good one. See you guys.